Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be tackling this right here. So need to replace the starter in my 2009 Corolla, and I thought it was another issue and finally figured out that it was the starter that was kind of hanging up. So it's time to change it, and we're going to do that today. This will be slightly different than most other ones just because I do have a turbo on this, so I may have to remove some of the intercooler piping, which shouldn't be a big deal, but after that it'll be the same as any other one. So I was able to find a new starter. I didn't want a remanufactured one if I could help it, so I was able to find a new one on Amazon that had good comments on it from people. So I picked that up for just under $100 versus some of the other ones that were quite a bit more for remanufactured. Checked with the dealer, they wanted $280 for a remanufactured one, so I went this way. So we'll see how this does, and let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe. Most people that watch the videos don't subscribe, so I'd sure appreciate the support, and we'll get started. Thank you much. So to give you an idea, the starter is actually right behind this pipe right here. It's right up there. Hard to see it in the low light, but it's right behind the pipe here. So I need to take this piece off right here, this cladding off, and then I can have access and take off the pipe here. And I might be able to get to it from this location, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'm going to go ahead and undo these clips and pop this piece out. This kind of wraps around here, and there's a couple of clips in, I think there's a couple of clips or screws too that are kind of tucked back in there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this real quick, and then I'll give you another shot. So there is my starter right there. So the lower bolt, piece of cake to get to. The upper bolt is on the top side of that. So I think I can get an extension from the left side there. So we're going to attempt that and see if we can get this sucker off real quick. So just as an overview, you can kind of see where all the holes here for the clips and stuff, and it went down there. And there are two 10mm bolts also that are kind of, in fact right there you can see with the two red clips there, those are 10mm bolts that come out. There's the AC compressor right there, and I don't think I have to futz with the intercooler tubing, so it would be this tube right here. If I have to take it off, it would be that one, just to give me some extra room. But I think it'll fit through this gap right here. Okay, so the first thing I did on this is there was a little clip. Let's see if I can use a screwdriver as a pointer. So there's a little clip right here that you push in and pulls out. I tucked it right back in here, and then I just undid the nut here that holds the wire, the 12-volt wire. And another note here, make sure you disconnect the battery before you start working on this. So I had done that, but I forgot to mention it. So now I can take off this, and this little cover just unclips. There's two little clips right here. And so then you just pop it back and you have access to the nut. This is a 12mm nut. So I'll pop that back, and then the next thing will be working on the two 14mm bolts holding it on. So this one's going to be easy. It's the one that's on top that I can't see. So if I can get the socket on it, then I'll be golden. But that'll be the trickiest part. So I was successful But boy, I just can't get a good shot to show you guys. But I did get the bolt out. You can see that where it was sticking out right there. Now it's not anymore. So I got the upper bolt off. Wasn't too bad. Success. Obviously the lower bolt was easy. And you can see, so here's the upper bolt, and you can see the threads in it. I did not notice that on the new one. The bottom hole is not threaded through because it slides through from that direction and threads in. So, but the other one slides through a hole and threads into this. So, but they look to be identical. They even give you a new nut here. So I'm going to go ahead and start throwing this back in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get it in place and then get the lower bolt back in. Take it out exactly how I did it before. And then I'll reach down and get the upper bolt in. The upper bolt's actually not that hard to get a socket into. But I'm going to try to thread it from underneath and get at least started to thread, and then I can zip it in. So before I stick it back in, just thought I would show you so that you can see exactly where it goes. And there's the flywheel. And there you can see the cable up above it that I tucked up there so it would stop falling down on me. So that worked perfectly. Yeah, I think just looking at it from here, it's going to be hard to get it threaded from the bottom. But like I said, it's not hard getting it from the top. I just didn't realize that these were opposites. So that the bottom one, the threads are in the housing. So, all right. Okay, it is in, and I got the bottom bolt on. So I'm going to go ahead and do the top bolt, and then I'll come back and do the wiring connections right there. All righty, the top bolt is tight, the bottom bolt is tight. Now I just got to do I'm going to do the nut that you see right there, and I'll reattach that wire, the 12 volt, and then I'll snap in the clip and we will be done. This was actually very, very easy. Oh, and then I'll have to put on the undercover piece. So I'll do the nut and that, and I'll show you the finished part, and we'll go from there. Okay, everything is reattached. The only difference is the nut underneath the black cap right there for the 12 volt wire. That was a 13 millimeter that came with it. So I put the new nut on it, but it was a 13. The OEM one was a 12. So, but other than that, brand spanking new. Look how spiffy it looks. So good to go there. And now I will just put back this tray right there on this side, clip it in with those 210s, and we'll be all done. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope that was helpful. Sorry I couldn't show you actually doing some of the things because it's such a tight area in there, and getting the camera in there is difficult, but hopefully just explaining it and showing you what I was doing and then doing. It's just a matter of loosening and tightening the bolts and nuts that you didn't really see. So the process is pretty simple. Everything's buttoned back up. I got the cover back on, and so she'll be all set. And since I'm taking her on a road trip next month, I wanted to get this done so I didn't have issues with the starter. So there we go, guys. Kind of silly that the dealer wanted, I think $300 to do the labor on this. It's atrocious. So this is why I do these things for you guys, so that you can learn and do them for yourself and save you a ton of money. I mean, just out of curiosity, I got a quote from the dealer, and I think it was $580 total for the parts and labor. It was $280 for this, I believe, and roughly $300 for labor, or close to $300 each. So crazy stuff, just not very hard. Under $100 for this. Labor was free, and I'm ready to roll. So the previous one was still working, but since it was kind of catching, I didn't want it to to cause any damage and or damage the starter, and then it wouldn't start. So, but anyway, hope that helps. And any questions or comments or something, please holler. And I love chatting with everybody. And until next time, guys, we'll see you down the road.